No honest analyst can prove that an economic collapse is imminent. That is the first uncomfortable truth. The second is that shortages, outages, layoffs, banking disruptions, storms, and sudden price spikes do not wait for perfect predictions. They turn ordinary objects into urgent necessities. This video is about 30 low-cost items that look boring under bright store lights, but become remarkably valuable when supply chains tighten, power fails, or cash flow disappears. By the end, you will know what matters, what is marketing, what can be safely stored, and how to prepare without panic, fantasy, or reckless spending. The word collapse gets attention because it compresses many fears into one dramatic picture. Real disruption is usually messier. One service fails, one paycheck stops, one road closes, or one product vanishes while the rest of life keeps moving. That distinction matters. Preparation is not a bet that civilization ends next week. It is a way to buy time, reduce dependence, and avoid paying desperation prices when everyone suddenly wants the same basic thing. The smartest supplies are not luxury survival gadgets. They are simple products with several uses, long storage lives, low replacement costs, and no subscription attached. Their value comes from function, not fear. And before buying anything, remember this rule. A shelf full of random bargains is not preparedness. A small, organized reserve of things your household already knows how to use is. Start with food-grade water containers. Water is heavy, local, and impossible to replace with an app. When treatment plants, pumps, pipes, or power systems are disrupted, the problem becomes immediate. Federal emergency guidance urges households to store water for several days, generally at least 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. Hot weather, illness, pregnancy, and pets can increase that need. The container matters. Use durable food-grade vessels with tight lids. Never repurpose a jug that held fuel, pesticides, bleach, or other chemicals. A container can look clean while still being unsafe. Store filled containers away from sunlight, heat, gasoline, and household chemicals. Label the date, rotate home-filled water periodically, and practice pouring from the container without touching the inside or contaminating the opening. Next comes a gravity water filter and spare replacement elements. A filter does not create water, but it can stretch safe options when bottled supplies are gone, and authorities advise treatment. The word filter can be misleading. Different systems remove different contaminants. Some reduce sediment and microorganisms. Others address chemicals. No small filter should be assumed to make every source safe. Read the specifications before a crisis. Know the flow rate, the replacement interval, and whether the device requires priming. A sealed spare element may be more valuable than a second fancy bottle. Filtering cloudy water can improve later disinfection, but filtration alone may not solve chemical contamination. The quiet advantage is knowledge, knowing exactly what your device can and cannot do. Cheap paper coffee filters are the third item. They are not magic purification tools. They are simple pre-filters that can remove visible particles from cloudy water before boiling or approved disinfection. They also strain cooking oil, cover food, hold small hardware, and help separate grit from liquids. A stack takes almost no space and costs little compared with the convenience it provides. This is what useful preparedness looks like. One modest product performs several jobs, needs no electricity, and can be divided among family members without complicated instructions. But never confuse clearer water with safe water. Heavy metals, salts, fuels, and many chemicals are not removed just because the liquid looks clean. Appearance is not a laboratory test. Regular unscented household bleach is the fourth item, and it demands respect. The correct product can help sanitize surfaces and, under official emergency instructions, disinfect certain water when boiling is not possible. Use only plain bleach with the appropriate sodium hypochlorite concentration shown on the label. Scented, splashless, color-safe, and cleaner-added products are not interchangeable for emergency water treatment. Bleach loses strength over time, especially in heat. This is not a buy-once product. Rotate it, date it, store it safely, and follow current public health instructions rather than memorized internet recipes. Never mix bleach with ammonia, acids, or other cleaners. Ventilate the area, protect your skin and eyes, and keep it away from children. Cheap becomes valuable only when it is handled correctly. Notice the pattern already. Stores encourage shoppers to compare package prices, but the smarter comparison is function per dollar. A tiny discount on the wrong product is still wasted money. A manual can opener is the fifth item. It looks almost insulting in its simplicity until the power is out and the pantry is full of cans with no reliable way to open them. Choose a sturdy model with comfortable handles. Test it now. Cheap mechanisms can slip, leave sharp edges, or fail after a few uses, so owning two basic openers can be more sensible than one decorative gadget. Clean and dry it after use. Rust and food residue can ruin the tool you assumed would always work. Store one with emergency food rather than somewhere nobody can find in the dark. This object exposes a modern weakness. Convenience trains us to depend on hidden systems. Electric openers, pull tabs, delivery services, and ready meals all work beautifully until one link breaks. Canned beans are the sixth item. They provide protein, fiber, carbohydrates, and familiar flavor without refrigeration. Many can be eaten cold if necessary, though heating improves comfort and taste. The real advantage is not a heroic shelf life, it is rotation. Buy varieties your household already eats, place newer cans behind older ones, and replace what you use during normal meals. Check cans for swelling, leakage, severe dents, or rust. When safety is uncertain, discard them. Hunger does not make damaged packaging trustworthy. Store brands can be especially useful here. Research has long shown that private label foods often cost less than national labels, while the actual value depends on ingredients, taste, and package size rather than advertising. Now, look at the shelf tag. A larger can may have a lower unit price, but only if you can use it without waste. In a power outage, leftovers from an oversized container can become a liability. That is why grocery math changes during disruption. The cheapest ounce is not always the cheapest meal. Storage, fuel, refrigeration, water, and household size all change the real cost. Coupons create the same trap. A coupon saves money only when the final unit price beats the alternatives and the product was already useful. Buying two unwanted items to save on one is not preparation. White rice is the seventh item. It is inexpensive, compact, familiar, and easy to combine with beans, canned vegetables, spices, or broth. Properly stored, it is a strong pantry foundation. Dry rice still requires clean water and cooking fuel. That hidden requirement matters. A pantry can look abundant while being unusable if every meal demands long boiling. Store rice in sealed food-safe containers in a cool, dry place and rotate it through ordinary cooking. Protection from moisture and pests is more important than dramatic labels. Brown rice offers nutrients and flavor, but its natural oils reduce storage life compared with white rice. The best reserve is the one matched to your health needs, cooking habits, and rotation schedule. Rolled oats are the eighth item. They cook quickly, can be soaked when fuel is limited, and work in breakfast, baking, thickening, and simple snack recipes. Oats also demonstrate why premium packaging can distort judgment. A plain canister and a fashionable pouch may contain similar basic food, yet convenience portions often carry a much higher unit cost. Compare ingredients, serving size, and price by weight. Bright claims on the front are advertising. The nutrition panel and unit price are the quieter parts that help you decide. Keep oats dry and sealed. Add cinnamon, dried fruit, powdered milk, or peanut butter during normal rotation. Familiar food lowers stress because nobody has to learn a new diet during a hard week. Iodized salt is the ninth item. It is cheap, compact, and useful for seasoning, baking, food preparation, cleaning tasks, and certain preservation methods when proper tested procedures are followed. Salt does not spoil in the way fresh food does, though moisture can cause clumping. Iodized salt may change in quality over long storage, so keep it sealed and rotate it. Do not treat salt as medicine or consume excessive amounts. Its value is practical. Bland staples become edible, recipes work properly, and a small package supports many meals. A shelf without seasoning looks efficient on paper and miserable in real life. Morale is not a luxury. People eat what tastes acceptable, especially children, older adults, and anyone under stress. Packaging is quietly shrinking across many categories. Government price measurement accounts for size changes, but shoppers often notice only that the package looks familiar. The unit price reveals what the front label hides. Powdered milk is the 10th item. It can support cooking, baking, cereal, and beverages when fresh milk is unavailable. It is especially useful for households that already use it. Storage life varies by fat content, packaging, temperature, and manufacturer guidance. Buy modest quantities, keep them sealed, and rotate them. A giant emergency tin is wasteful if nobody likes the taste. Reconstitution requires safe water. That same hidden dependency returns again. Every stored food should be evaluated by the water, fuel, tools, and cleanup it requires. For infants, powdered dairy milk is not a substitute for infant formula. Babies have specific nutritional needs, and formula preparation during emergencies requires careful adherence to health guidance. Disposable lighters and waterproofed matches are the 11th item. Fire can provide cooking, warmth, light, and morale, but it can also turn a disruption into a deadly house fire. Store ignition tools away from heat and children. Keep matches dry. Test lighters occasionally, and never assume one old lighter in a kitchen drawer is a complete plan. Use flame only where ventilation and fire safety allow it. Never operate grills, camp stoves, or fuel-burning devices indoors unless the device is specifically approved for that environment. The value is redundancy. A lighter can fail. Matches can get wet. A stove may not work. Two simple ignition methods cost little and prevent one tiny failure from controlling the whole situation. Tea lights and plain candles are the 12th item. They can provide limited light and comfort, but they are not the safest first choice when inexpensive electric lighting is available. Open flames require stable holders, clear space, supervision, and working smoke alarms. Never leave a candle unattended or use it near curtains, children, pets, oxygen equipment, or leaking fuel. Their better role is backup, not primary illumination. A few carefully stored candles are useful when batteries are exhausted, but a room full of decorative wax is not an emergency system. This is another consumer trap. Premium scent, glass jars, and elaborate packaging raise the price without increasing the basic emergency function. Plain utility often wins. End caps and aisle displays are designed to feel urgent. They may contain genuine deals, but placement is not proof of value. Retailers sell visibility because visibility changes behavior. A basic light-emitting diode flashlight or headlamp is the 13th item. Light prevents falls, supports first aid, helps inspect food, and lets you work without holding a phone in your mouth. A headlamp is especially valuable because it frees both hands. That matters when shutting off water, carrying a child, changing a tire, or opening a stubborn container. Test every light, remove batteries if the manufacturer recommends it for long storage, and keep one where you sleep. A flashlight buried under holiday decorations is almost the same as no flashlight. Avoid buying features you cannot maintain. Extreme brightness can drain batteries quickly. Multiple modes are helpful only if the controls are understandable under stress. Common-size batteries are the 14th item. Their value comes from matching the devices you already own. A drawer full of random sizes is expensive clutter. Standardize where possible. If most flashlights, radios, and small devices use the same battery family, rotation becomes easier and spares become more flexible. Check expiration guidance, store batteries in a cool, dry place, and inspect for leakage. Do not mix old and new batteries or different chemistries in the same device. Rechargeable cells can reduce long-term cost when charging is available. Disposable cells offer longer standby convenience in some uses. A sensible household may keep both, matched to actual equipment. Duct tape is the 15th item. It can secure plastic, reinforce packaging, patch gear temporarily, label containers, bundle objects, and support quick repairs. The word temporarily matters. Duct tape is not a permanent fix for electrical wiring, pressurized plumbing, structural damage, or anything exposed to dangerous heat. Buy a practical roll, not a collection of novelty colors. Store it away from extreme heat, where adhesive can degrade and the roll can become a sticky brick. Its real worth appears when paired with judgment. Tape can buy time until a proper repair, but it should never create false confidence around hazards. Loyalty cards deserve the same careful thinking. They can unlock lower prices, yet they also generate detailed purchase histories. A discount is real, but so is the data exchange behind it. Heavy-duty trash bags are the 16th item. They support sanitation, waste control, waterproofing, storage, cleanup, and separation of dirty items from clean ones. Thin kitchen bags tear when overloaded. Contractor-style bags cost more per bag, but can handle debris and sharp edges better. The right choice depends on the job, not the lowest box price. Keep several sizes. Small bags reduce waste for daily sanitation, while thicker bags handle cleanup. Plastic ties or strong twist ties make the system more useful. Never use a bag as an enclosed shelter around a person or near a child. Plastic can suffocate. Utility does not erase basic safety. Plastic sheeting or a durable tarp is the 17th item. It can protect supplies from leaks, create a clean work surface, cover broken windows temporarily, and shield equipment from weather. Emergency guidance often pairs plastic sheeting with duct tape for sheltering tasks, but local official instructions matter. Improvised sealing can be dangerous in situations involving fire, gas, or poor ventilation. Choose a size you can actually handle. A massive tarp is useless if one person cannot unfold, secure, or store it. Grommets and reinforced edges improve practical value. Dry it before long storage to reduce mildew. Fold it with cord and tape nearby. A system is better than 3 separate items scattered across a garage. Zip ties are the 18th item. They bundle cables, close bags, secure lightweight objects, organize tools, and support temporary repairs where heat and heavy loads are not involved. They are not substitutes for rated fasteners. Sunlight, cold, heat, and age can make plastic brittle. Never trust a tiny tie with a life safety load. Keep different lengths and include a cutting tool. A tightened tie can injure skin or damage wiring if removed carelessly. Their greatest value may be organization. In a dark room, neatly bundled gear and labeled cables save time, reduce trips, and prevent small problems from multiplying. Digital coupons can save money, but they can also pull attention toward products selected by the retailer or app. The discount feels personal. The spending decision should still be deliberate. Utility cord is the 19th item. It can tie down tarps, create clotheslines, bundle supplies, repair straps, and organize a temporary living area. Do not assume every cord is climbing rope. Strength ratings, knots, abrasion, moisture, and age matter. Never suspend a person or critical load with cord not designed for that use. Learn a few basic knots before pressure arrives. A cheap length of cord becomes far more valuable when someone knows how to secure, release, and tension it. Store it clean, dry, and untangled. A tangled rope at the exact moment you need it is a reminder that ownership and readiness are different things. Food-grade buckets with lids are the 20th item. They organize dry goods, protect supplies from pests and moisture, carry water for cleaning, and serve many household tasks. A bucket that once held toxic chemicals is not a food container. Use food-grade equipment for food and drinking water applications and clearly separate sanitation buckets. Lids matter. A loose lid invites insects and moisture. A sealed bucket also makes rotation easier because labels, dates, and contents stay together. Do not overfill heavy materials. A bucket of rice or water can become difficult to lift and easy to drop. Smaller containers may be safer for some households. Delivery apps sell time, but the final bill can include menu markups, service charges, delivery fees, taxes, and tips. Convenience is valuable, yet repeated convenience spending can quietly consume the money needed for reserves. Bar soap is the 21st item. It is inexpensive, compact, long-lasting when kept dry, and essential for hand washing, bathing, laundry pretreatment, and general cleanliness. Soap does not need a battery, dispenser, or refill cartridge. That simplicity matters when water is limited and stores are closed. Choose ordinary products your household tolerates. Strong fragrance and specialty ingredients can irritate skin, while premium packaging adds little emergency value. Store extra bars in a dry container and rotate them. Hygiene reduces illness risk, protects dignity, and makes crowded or stressful conditions more manageable. Toothbrushes and toothpaste are the 22nd item. Dental pain does not pause because the economy is unstable, and replacement supplies can become surprisingly difficult to find during disruption. Keep unopened spare brushes for each person and a reasonable amount of toothpaste. People with dentures, retainers, or special dental needs should include the products those devices require. Do not buy a lifetime supply. Toothpaste ingredients and packaging age, family preferences change, and storage space has value. Rotation beats hoarding. This item sounds almost too ordinary for a dramatic title. That is exactly the point. Disruption makes the routine precious before it makes the exotic useful. Menstrual products are the 23rd item. Pads, tampons, liners, reusable products, and disposal supplies are not optional luxuries for people who depend on them. Stock the type and absorbency already used. New products can cause discomfort or require cleaning methods that are difficult when water is limited. Store disposable products dry and protected from pests. Reusable products require safe washing, drying, and personal comfort, so they should be practiced choices rather than emergency experiments. A reserve also helps neighbors and relatives. Quietly meeting a basic bodily need can be more valuable than owning another flashy tool. Premium products often sell identity, status, or a promise of effortless living. When budgets tighten, the question changes from, "What does this say about me?" to, "What job does this reliably perform?" First aid basics are the 24th item. Adhesive bandages, gauze, medical tape, antiseptic supplies, gloves, tweezers, and any items recommended for your household. A packed kit is useful only when people can find and use it. Learn basic first aid, check expiration dates, and replace items after use. Avoid pretending that a small kit replaces professional care. Deep wounds, severe burns, breathing problems, chest pain, poisoning, and major injuries require emergency help. Include written medical information, allergies, medication lists, and emergency contacts. During stress, memory becomes unreliable and phones may be dead or locked. Over-the-counter medications are the 25th item. Pain relievers, fever reducers, stomach remedies, and allergy products can preserve comfort and function when pharmacies are difficult to reach. Choose only medicines that household members can safely take. Read labels, watch for duplicate active ingredients, and account for age, pregnancy, allergies, and medical conditions. Store medicines in original packaging, away from heat and moisture, and rotate them before expiration. A bathroom cabinet is convenient but often humid. Prescription medicines require a separate plan with clinicians and pharmacies. Do not ration, share, or stockpile prescription drugs without professional guidance. Work gloves are the 26th item. Broken glass, splintered wood, hot surfaces, debris, and rough materials can turn minor cleanup into a hand injury. One glove does not fit every hazard. Leather helps with abrasion. Coated gloves improve grip. Chemical-resistant gloves are designed for specific substances. Read the label. Buy correct sizes for the people likely to use them. Oversized gloves reduce control, while tight gloves fatigue hands and may tear. Keep a pair near tools and another in the emergency kit. Hands are difficult to replace and nearly every repair depends on them. Dust masks are the 27th item. They can reduce exposure to nuisance dust and some airborne particles when properly selected and fitted. A loose face covering is not the same as a certified respirator, and no filter protects against every gas, vapor, or oxygen-deficient environment. Facial hair, poor fit, moisture, and reuse can reduce performance. Follow manufacturer guidance and public health instructions for the specific hazard. Even so, inexpensive masks are valuable during sweeping, insulation cleanup, wildfire smoke events when advised, or dusty repairs. The key is matching protection to risk. Store layouts make these decisions harder. Essential staples may sit along outer walls while profitable impulse items occupy checkout lanes and high-traffic displays. The longer the path, the more chances to add something unplanned. Safety goggles are the 28th item. Eyes are vulnerable during cleanup, cutting, drilling, chemical handling, and wind-blown debris. Ordinary glasses do not provide the same side protection. Choose goggles or safety glasses rated for the task and comfortable enough to remain on. Keep lenses clean and unscratched. Store them with gloves and masks so protective gear is reached before work begins, not after the first injury. A cheap pair can preserve vision, but only if worn. Preparedness often fails at the last inch between owning equipment and using it. A sewing kit is the 29th item. Needles, strong thread, safety pins, spare buttons, and small scissors can repair clothing, bags, bedding, and straps. Clothing replacement becomes expensive when money is tight. A 5-minute repair can extend the life of a coat, backpack, or work shirt for months. Include a thimble and threads that match common fabrics. Practice basic stitches now. Skill turns a tiny kit into a repair shop. Safety pins are useful for temporary fixes, but sharp points can open under tension. Use them carefully around children and replace temporary repairs when possible. Basic hand tools are the 30th item. Pliers, an adjustable wrench, screwdrivers, a utility knife, and a small hammer solve problems that powered tools cannot when electricity is unavailable. Quality matters more than quantity. A compact set of reliable tools is safer than a huge case filled with soft metal and loose handles. Know how to shut off household water, and, where appropriate, utilities. Follow local guidance and never restore gas service yourself when professionals are required. Tools multiply the value of tape, cord, tarps, buckets, batteries, and spare parts. They are the bridge between stored supplies and actual solutions. Now step back. None of these items proves that a national collapse is coming. They prepare for smaller, more common failures that can feel enormous inside one household. The official language may call conditions stable, while families still feel squeezed. Both can be true. National averages can improve while rent, insurance, groceries, or medical costs remain painful for a particular person. Economic reports describe a national pattern. Household budgets experience local prices, personal wages, insurance renewals, medical bills, and rent increases. A calm headline can coexist with a kitchen table emergency without either side being dishonest. That gap creates anger, and marketers understand it. Fear makes shoppers rush. Rushing makes shoppers skip unit prices, ignore duplication, and accept premium emergency branding on ordinary goods. The most profitable response to anxiety is often a product wrapped in urgency, limited stock, members-only pricing, a ticking offer, or a giant package that feels responsible. The shopper sees protection, while the seller sees a larger basket. The better response is calm arithmetic. List what your household consumes, what fails during outages, what depends on refrigeration, and what cannot be replaced quickly. Ask 4 questions for every purchase. What problem does it solve? How often will we use it? What else must work for it to be useful? What happens when it expires? Those questions cut through panic faster than any slogan. Then compare unit prices. A familiar package can shrink while the front design barely changes. Government inflation measures account for quantity, but your eyes may not. A package can keep the same height, color, and familiar shape while quietly holding less. That is why comparing the price per ounce, pound, sheet, tablet, or use is more revealing than comparing the large number printed on the sale sign. Private labels deserve a fair look. The cheapest option is not always best, but national advertising is not proof of better function. Compare ingredients, size, warranty, and actual use. Many store-brand products are made to compete directly with national labels, and some perform just as well for a household's needs. Others differ in texture, ingredients, durability, or warranty. The point is not blind loyalty to cheapness. It is testing claims against function. Loyalty discounts deserve a second calculation. Check the regular price, the member price, the unit price, and the amount you must buy. A bright digital badge can hide an ordinary deal. Membership offers may be worthwhile, especially on products you routinely buy. But a locked price can also make the non-member price look like punishment and discourage comparison with another size or store. Treat the card as a tool, not a command. Coupons should follow the list, not write the list. The moment a promotion makes you buy more than you can store or use, the store captured the savings. Paper coupons, app coupons, reward points, and buy more offers all share one psychological advantage. They make the discount visible while making the extra spending feel secondary. The final receipt, not the glowing savings total, tells the truth. Delivery should be priced as a complete service. Compare the delivered total with the in-store total, including markups, fees, taxes, and tip. Time has value, but so does transparency. Some platforms also present different menus, promotions, or availability depending on location and account history. The technology to tailor offers is real, even though that does not mean every shopper receives a different price every time. Comparison still matters. Convenience packages sell reduced effort. Single servings, pre-cut food, disposable accessories, and ready-to-use formats may be worth it for disability, time pressure, or safety. They are not automatically wasteful. Pre-cut vegetables can help someone with limited hand strength. Individual portions can reduce waste in a one-person household. Ready-to-use products can protect scarce time. The problem begins when convenience is purchased automatically rather than for a clear benefit. But convenience becomes dangerous when it is unconscious. Small repeated premiums can drain the cash reserve that protects a family from overdrafts, missed bills, or sudden repairs. A few dollars here and there rarely feels dangerous. Yet the same habit repeated across drinks, delivery, premium snacks, replacement cartridges, and impulse add-ons can become a permanent claim on income. Small leaks are still leaks when they never stop. Do not prepare with debt. Interest and minimum payments can turn a closet of supplies into a monthly emergency. Build slowly during normal shopping cycles. A reserve purchased on a high-interest balance may cost far more than its shelf price and reduce the flexibility it was supposed to create. Financial resilience begins with room in the budget, not a dramatic pile of products photographed for social media. Start with gaps, not fantasies. If you have canned food but no opener, fix that. If you have flashlights but mismatched batteries, standardize them. If water storage is unsafe, correct it first. Preparedness should follow the chain of failure. Water needs containers and treatment knowledge. Cans need an opener. Rice needs water, fuel, and a pot. Flashlights need matching batteries. Medicines need safe users and current labels. Every item belongs to a system. Use a written inventory. Record purchase dates, expiration dates, quantities, and storage locations. This prevents hidden waste and reveals what is actually missing. Keep the record simple enough to maintain. A sheet of paper on a pantry door can work. Mark what is opened, what is low, and what must be replaced. Complicated apps are optional, awareness is not. Rotate everything that ages. Eat the beans, cook the rice, use the soap, replace the batteries. Preparation should move through daily life instead of becoming a sealed museum. This method also protects against waste disguised as security. Food that expires untouched, batteries that leak in forgotten devices, and medicines stored in heat are not reserves. They are delayed trash with a comforting story attached. Respect space. Apartment dwellers, renters, older adults, and people with limited mobility need smaller containers and lighter loads. A plan that cannot be carried is not a plan. Store supplies where they can be reached without climbing over furniture or lifting beyond a person's ability. Divide heavy water into manageable containers. Keep duplicate essentials in sensible locations because an emergency may block access to one room. Respect health. Dietary restrictions, disabilities, medications, infant needs, and pet needs change the list. Generic advice must bend to real households. A low-sodium diet changes the food plan. Diabetes changes the carbohydrate plan. Limited vision changes labels and lighting. Mobility limits change container size. The safest list is personal because the household using it is personal. Respect safety. More fuel, chemicals, flames, and tools can create new hazards. Store them legally, follow labels, and keep smoke and carbon monoxide alarms working. Fuel must be stored according to law and manufacturer instructions. Generators must stay outdoors and away from openings. Candles need supervision. Bleach needs separation from other cleaners. The item that solves one problem must not create a worse one. And respect your community. Neighbors with skills, information, transportation, and trust can solve problems no shopping cart can. Preparedness is not isolation. During long disruptions, information and cooperation become supplies. One neighbor may have a safe ladder, another a working radio, another medical training, and another transportation. Trust built before a crisis cannot be ordered with same-day delivery. The 30 items share one quality. They reduce dependence on perfect timing. They give you another way to drink, eat, clean, repair, see, protect, and wait. Each one creates margin. Margin is the extra day before a store trip, the spare light when one fails, the clean bandage before a clinic opens, or the repair that keeps a coat usable. Margin is what turns panic into choices. That is why they can feel priceless during disruption. Not because money becomes meaningless, but because availability, access, and time become more important than the old shelf price. In normal times, price dominates. During disruption, the important questions become whether the item exists, whether you can reach it, whether it works without power, and whether you know how to use it. Scarcity changes value before it changes currency. The strongest move is not panic buying everything tonight. It is choosing a few high-priority gaps, buying carefully, learning the safe use, and repeating the process. Buy one useful extra during a normal trip. Test it, store it, record it. Then move to the next gap. Slow preparation produces familiarity, and familiarity is more reliable than a frantic cart filled with products nobody has opened. No dramatic prediction is required. A winter outage, a contaminated water notice, a delayed paycheck, a storm, or a closed pharmacy is enough to justify practical preparation. The same supplies help during much smaller events. A burst pipe, a boil water notice, an ice storm, a car breakdown, a temporary injury, or a week between jobs. Practical value does not require a cinematic national disaster. So look around your home before you look at an advertisement. The most urgent missing item may cost less than dinner delivery, yet protect you for years. Open the cabinets, test the lights, inspect the first aid kit, and check what your stored meals require. The honest inventory may be less dramatic than a viral warning, but it gives you a real next action instead of another hour of fear. Preparation works best when it is quiet, ordinary, and repeatable, because the goal is not to predict the future perfectly. It is to remain useful when real plans fail. Like this video if it replaced fear with a workable plan. Share it with someone building a household emergency kit, and comment with this specific question. Which one of these 30 items is missing from your home right now?